It's on? Of course I get a message right when I'm... Oh. Not important. What's up? What's up? Happy Monday, y'all. What are we up to today? I have a project. We're going to do it here together today. Maybe. We'll see. We will see. I wanted to try something a little different. I brought in a table. A real table. What's up, Neil? Steve? How are we doing on a lovely Monday? How was your day so far? Mine was completely adequate. I am very happy in my adequacy. Good day at work, though, actually. A couple projects, laser marking. Pretty easy, chill day, but kept busy. Neil's on his way to go back to work. But yeah, it's going all right. Made some videos. I don't know, kind of felt like a kind of slumpy. Yeah, slumpy? Yeah. Felt kind of slumpy yesterday. Kind of just, I don't know, been working, doing stuff, and just sitting on the couch in the morning and kind of chilling. I was like, man, it's tough getting motivated to do things. When I finally got motivated, I made like 4 videos straight, organized some stuff, did some laundry, washed the couple of dishes that I actually had, almost screwed up my lungs. I made hot sauce. I grow peppers. I love hot sauce. Had some already, got some extra ingredients, mixed up some hot sauce, and had a couple of bowls that I didn't clean right away in the sink. And one of them had a bunch of super hot peppers in there, like ghosts and Scotch bonnets. And when I turned on the water, I was washing some other dishes, going to wash those, was spraying some hot water. And that hot water spray created a vapor with like the oils from the super hot peppers that just were the little residue that's on the plates and stuff like that. You got to wash your hands, you got to wear gloves, you can't get any of that on you. But it kicked up some vapor that you don't even really see. It was just the mist and the the heat from the hot water. And I breathed some of it in and instantly could smell and taste the hot peppers and was like, oof, that was a bad idea. Back off away from that. And then I scrubbed them without shooting hot water mist everywhere, creating that, it was unpleasant because it was like I breathed in, so like it felt like the back of my throat was like coated with hot. Ew. It was weird. I like hot, but not in your lung area. Grateful Dong, Big Stud, sent me this Sencut Draxer. I love it. It's cool. This is a Sencut Budget Beast. Action is great. Drops, shut, flips out. Really cool. Nothing but love for this exact model design. I appreciate him. I don't want it to seem unappreciative, but you know me, I like to customize, I like to do stuff, and I saw this and I instantly was like, ooh, if that was red and black, red, black, all the shiny silver, I think it would be a little bit more trick. This looks cool, and I'm not mad about it at all. And I hope Dong wouldn't get upset by me dyeing it. I would imagine he would think that I would probably want to dye it. Unless he gave me a solid black handle. I think he got the all black handle. Can I demonstrate how sharp it is? Yes. Yes, I can. There. I was like, I can get a fresh piece of paper somewhere, but I got a smaller piece. I'm going to go slow at first. See those little teeny shaves just coming off? Look at that. That is a 9CR 18 MOV blade from Sencut, right out of the box. I have not cut anything other than paper with it so far. Insert fart sound here. What's up, Justin? How was your live? I was doing a job the last hour of work and kind of trying to find something, and then I got totally sidetracked. I saw Justin was live a little bit ago. Go check out Titanium Justin's channel. This is a very sharp, very happy with it. Nice blade, big old grind on there. I dig it. What's up, Clint? Oof. We're doing a project today. Who's excited? What's up, Daniel Kelly? All right, so I got to figure out how we're going to set this up. Let's get a little wild. Let's go. Let's bring you up to here. Now, hello. What's up, Paul? Paul, I'm about to do a little dye project right here in this room. Is it going to work? Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Ooh. All right, I'm going to tuck my chair into the seat. You guys want to see what we're doing here? All right. Boom. Oh, dun, 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 dun. All right, got the studio happily sitting here. Got a hot plate in there or something? Sure enough. Check it out. Styling. All right. I always you basically do it in the kitchen, but we're going to try something different. First things first, this sealed. Careful. The dye is the part you don't want to spill. What's up, Fred? Sorry I didn't get a hold of you over the weekend, Fred. Super busy. Got a lot of stuff done, which is nice. All right, there we go. We have a table. Okay, so let's, I got a wonkiness. Probably going to be too far away to the microphone. We have a hot plate. I got an extension cord over here. Boom. Now we're styling. Off, on. It works. Sweet. Finish the coleus. Justin, I don't want to just dye the coleus. I want to do something to it. The only reason I've experimented with at least 10 different things trying to come up with a way to do a marble dye on that coleus. That's the reason I haven't done it, is because that's my envision for it, and I will accept nothing less. All right, we're gonna move this even closer up here, like so. So I have a hot plate right there that is currently not hot. We have to take this apart first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Can do that on the table here. All right, let's just put this aside. Get the actual knife itself. What's up, Baked Bean Loser? What's happening? Mick Ranger. Fred Anno to Deep Purple posted on the Discord. I saw it. I don't think I made any comments, Fred, but if you look underneath it, I did hit the fire button, or the love and fire button. Fred got a little anodizing setup going, and he's been getting some good results, and it's inspired me to order one for myself. Howdy, Ken Danman. What's up, Zerlu? Yeah, I'm excited. Lots of stuff coming out right now. Tri-Stash in a few days. Terry 1931 Leatherworks Orlock just released from Concept. Getting one of those. Very excited about that. Concept's making a lot of cool stuff. But I've been excited about the Orlock for quite a while. We are going to be cooking up this bad boy right here. I'm hoping that our buddy shows up, but I don't know if what Grateful's got going on a Monday here. But Grateful Dong sent this to me. He thought I would like it, and so he sent it. This is the Sencut Draxor 9CR18 MOV on the blade with a cool shape. And then we've got the G10 two-tone. We're going to make that red. It's going to end up being maroon, ultimately, because when you do dye, the dye can only affect and add to what you've already got. And so if I have gray, this is black and gray, we're going to be dyeing. The black's not going to change. The red won't be able to affect that. It's already black. But the gray will take the red dye, but it's also going to have the gray mixed with it. So gray and red, it's going to end up being like kind of a darker, like maroon, kind of a dull red, but I'm all right with that. I love that they just dropped the Orlock out of nowhere, didn't tell anyone. Right, Paul? Just all of a sudden, Terry had to make a post like, oh, Orlocks are available. I talked to him about it a few times. I was like, yeah, if you ever hear anything, let me know. I'm definitely loving it. I'm going to support you. I'll pick one up. It's a cool knife. I'm excited about it. I saw it in Blade Show, Texas. Dug it. Thought it was cool. Tried to see if they had one in Atlanta, and they did not. So now it's available in like 4 or 5. Actually, I think it's 5 different types. There's 3 different like ultra premium handles, and then 2 that are like a titanium and a titanium black. And not just because it's Terry. Well, and you know, if Paul likes it, that's something. It's a cool design. Kind of has a, it's got that big harpoon kind of on the top of the blade. Nice, clean titanium handle. What's up, Joe K? Black and red is 2 Hot Wheels. I'm a black and red, bro. I love black and red. Wow. Sorry about that. Someone wanted to talk to me about my car warranty or something, I think. Kodiak Edge, what's going on, bro? Doing a little custom. Well, talking about it. We might do it. Am I echoing too much? I'm kind of further away from the camera at the moment. I apologize for that. I could probably move it closer if need be. Hi, this is Wendy's. I'm kind of hungry. All right, last looks. There it is. I should move this even closer, maybe. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I can see a little bit better now. That ring isn't allowed. See, I apologize. That ring probably popped out right where the microphone is. Let me just go ahead and... I usually turn that off because if my buddies start texting in the group chat, it blows up. All right, volume down. Sencut Draxor. Check the action. Cool blade shape. What do you call that blade shape? I call it Skeksis. Someone tell me I'm wrong. Gelfling. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. Okay, so I'm going to move the hot plate a little bit up for a moment. We have a surface, a table. You cannot see as much on the table. All right, tools of the trade. Those look like T8s on the body, which is cool. I'm liking that they do that. So budget knife, Sencut, budget, spooky Wharncliffe. And they're putting T8s on their body screws. That's a win. except no captive pivot. Oh, man. I was just about to be, what's up, Gonzo? Was hanging out in Gonzo's live earlier. How you doing today, Jack? So I was just about to say the T8 screws on the body is cool, but then no captive pivot. Boo. Boo. Captive pivot should be like rule number 1, right? First part of the design, captive pivot. All right, time out. Kenman, this isn't how you do this. This isn't how you do this. All right, got one. Got him. Hold on. It's been a while since I've done a die project, and this one is a little different.
All right, Kenman here. Today we got a press special die project number 65.
Got my little the fishing baseball on my shirt confuses you. Minnesota Twins. All right. Try to get those loose on both sides. I don't like that short one as much. And it's a lovely Monday here. Usually I've been going live on Mondays at this time. Hang out for a bit before KC from the Knives Fast. He goes live at 6:45 in a couple of hours here. And then we also have Rob going live as well. So some fun stuff later tonight. So I've been kind of hanging out earlier in the evening. All right. Let's get this all out of here. Left side was where the longer one went through. Left side. All right. Scale 1, clear, not clean. Scale 2, still attached by the pocket clip, which of course drops down to the 6s. There must be 40 billion T6 cut head pocket clip screws out there that they're so cheap that that's just what everyone in the world gets because nobody likes them. Or if you do, comment. Well, do you like T6 screws? Some people are like, I don't mind. Want to be my neighbor? Won't you be my neighbor? We'd have some fun. For sure. All right, I am wiping off the oil because that can affect the die, and we are going into a liquid die. Anything on there is going to go into it, and you save the die. T8 and T10 would be way better, for sure. Can we do this tutorial in a Mr. Rogers format? I don't have a sweater. All right, I would usually wash these, but in this case, because most of it's black, because I would wash it, because if it's jade, this whole thing is jade, so you kind of can see through it. And when you can kind of see through it, when you do the dye, if it was splotchy on the one side, you would maybe see that splotch on the other side. But this is solid, and the only thing that's going to take the dye is that gray piece. So I think we're good to go. I'm just going to dip it like that, and I think it's going to be nice and uniform. These are clean right now on top, so that shouldn't be an issue. I have the knife right here. I am going to now set this somewhere safer. Right there. Where is my beverage? Mick says I want to get an anodizing setup. Me too, Mick. I'm getting one. I'm definitely getting one. Basically the setup that Fred got is all of about $100, and it may not be the top of the line, but he is anodizing. I mean, I know people that have anodized with 9-volt batteries, and like, you know, like 7 of them make blue and 9 of them make purple and 11 in a string together make green or whatever. And that's like as basic as you can get. He got a decent power source for like 75 bucks or something like that. So I am interested in that. All right, so I'm going to move this to here. We should probably get the die going because it needs to heat up. I have a knife with T7 clips. I have one too, Dang Ross. How you doing, Dang Ross? Yeah, I remember having one and I had to find a T7. I can't remember what brand that was, but that happened to me too, and I was like, what in the hell? This T6 seems loose, and then the T8 didn't fit. It was like, T7? And then, what was the other one I just did? Was that the K-bar was like T9s? I mean, okay. Okay, make sure you wipe dye. Don't spill dye. You get dye on anything you don't want dye on, and it will definitely be permanent. If you don't care if dye gets on it, it won't. You will never spill. But if you do not want dye on something, that is where the drop is going to go. I didn't even know T7 was a real thing. Well, they exist inside my little Weeha bit thing. It's like, oh, there's T7 right there. South Africans use 6 and 5 a lot, unfortunately. Deep tooled though, so there's not, you know, if it's deep tooled, Paul, get in there, get a nice and deep grip lack, should be perfect. Okay, I'm going to set this over here in the safe zone. I am going to turn my hot plate on. Wow. So we don't need the dye boiling. Woo! You're deep tooled. What's the Imamba use? Anyone? Anyone? So we don't need this dye boiling. I like it close. I've seen people do dye projects where they literally have rolling boiling water. Unnecessary. Room temperature would take forever. You could leave it in room temperature dye for like I've never used this. Getting that steamy burn off. Can I dye the screwdriver too? I don't know if this will take. It might. It might. I know some plastics just will not take dye. Ooh. That sucks. I should have burned that off. Preemptively grab my smoke detector before I burn the house down. I mean, wait. Little ventilation. All right, we're solid. Dye the knife, that screwdriver, and your shirt. That reminds me, I need to try and dye a fastback. Stick the dip the hair in there. Get some red tips. Woo! Wow, that it had to burn off. You know, it's like a brand new element, so it hadn't been heated up yet, and it cooked off that. Ugh, kind of stinks. But now it's not smoking at all. Now we just have we have now cooked off all that base whatever, and we're doing it. Okay, I need things. I have rags, extra towels. Put this one right here. I need to go get water. Got the hooks. Will there be any magic involved in this? This table, man, I need to start. I need to start getting some stuff ready for Lou. If I'm gonna have this table in here and do some stuff like this once in a while, we can have some fun. Taste the dye, see if it's ready. Yeah. It's a good cooking base. It would definitely dye my hair. This red RIT dye, I don't know how permanent it would wash out, but it would definitely do something. Okay, so I have these little metal hooks that I made back in the day. So it's easy to just put them in the dye and get them out without having to dig in there. And where is my better ones? This will be fine. All right, so we'll get these two in here. Get your last looks black with a little layer of the gray on top, and we are starting to see a little steam. I don't know if you can see that right there, but when it's getting close to boiling, that's when you start to notice, turn it down, or it starts to kind of curl around the edges and you're getting close. That's when I'll usually turn it down and kind of get it more in a good, not quite boiling. Always have a fire extinguisher nearby. I think I'm going to get brown scales. Well, with red and gray, it's definitely going to be closer to brown for sure. I'm hoping for like a maroon. To be honest, I would bet it's going to be similar to like that, kind of like a darker red. I do have fire extinguisher. I have two of them in the house. One of them's downstairs and the other one's right over there. We should be fine. Burnt sienna. It's going to be like a burnt sienna. Although I think the one fire extinguisher is shot. New Jack Wolf coming soon. Is it a fixed blade, or is it a folder, or is it a slip joint, or what is it, Justin? I'm interested. They've been doing a lot of variety. Ooh, now you can see the bubbly. See that right there? All right. That is when we want to turn it down a little bit more. And then I let it sit for another minute or so. So I've got it in this spot where it's just under boiling and I don't really have to mess with it. Sometimes you turn it up a little bit and all of a sudden it starts boiling. It's hotter than you want it, or not, or you're too low. And like my stove out there is gas, so it's an actual flame. So you turn it down low and then the flame can go out sometime. I hope it's an auto. Dude, stop, drop, and roll is a thing, right? I heard that's a thing. Ooh, we're getting sun coming through here. All right. I think we are ready. That is cooking nicely. 30 people in here. You guys having fun? We're doing a dye. Pop that thumbs up, that little like button, help me out. See if we get some more people in here. Gonzo, did you buy the Demco with the paint splatter on the 20.5 scales? Yeah, the one that he had on his live earlier. I thought he said where he got them. And what kind of splatter is it? Isn't it? It's like a Cerakote or something. It's more permanent than like a paint, right? From what I could remember, I remember he kind of talked about it, but I was also at work and kind of distracted. Okay, we're doing it. So I got the two scales, black with the gray. I'm going to swish them around in here, make sure there's no bubbles. If you have any bubbles, what's basically happening is that's an area where the dye is not hitting. I don't like that. Let's hope that's not. I'm noticing already, maybe I should have washed them. Trying to do the same thing to both of them. I noticed the dye wasn't taking, almost like it was oily in one spot. Look, they're already red. Already red. All right, I gotta go get water. I'm gonna turn that down. I'll be right back. I'm gonna fill this with water. All right. House hasn't burned down yet. Run, Forrest. What's going on, Brian? Doing a little dye project here. Green would have been better than red. Everybody has their personal choices and tastes. The water neutralizes the dye. Then if it's on there splotchy, it'll rinse it off and not leave it. Kind of weird. Look at that. Boom. I need a little more light in here so I can see. Wow, these look good. Not bad. I'm wondering if we should go in a little longer or maybe even not. I don't know if it's going to get much more red. 30 more seconds. Red really does a job quickly though. For those of you who remember my Vision FG, we did that red. It was in there for like a minute, but it was also white G10. It's holding up well. It's kind of a little lighter on the edges in some spots, but that was like a year and a half ago. But it was in that red dye for literally all of like a minute. I think a multi-hued affair would be nice. All right. I think we are good. Do not leave dye on your hand. If it's a little spot on your hand, it's fine. You can wipe it off and it's nothing. But if you leave it there for 10, 20, 30 seconds, all of a sudden you are stained. Can you sand off some of the red on the Civivi? Well, it does kind of soak in. So you could sand off basically all of the soaked in, because like G10 is fairly dense and so it doesn't soak super deep. So you could technically remove it, but you would end up removing a lot of material at the same time. If like a micarta, I would say probably less likely, because the micarta chances are has soaked in deeper, and then gives you less opportunity to kind of be able to remove it because it's kind of soaked all the way into it. Maybe just the edges. I dyed my Vision like a Baja Blast. Sounds delicious. Okay, so I am going to get out of here for a minute with this. Oh my God, it's everywhere. Oh my God, oh no, it's tragic. I guess the carpet is now permanently red. Actually, that's a lie. I don't have any carpet. We had carpet in the house when I moved in and ended up noticing it was all hardwood floors underneath it, so we ripped all the hardwood, or we ripped all the carpet up. Note to self, if KDK offers a homemade pumpkin spice banana nut bread, politely decline. You never know, dude. I make some good stuff. Lynch makes a clip for the Civivi Elementum, goes great on the Vision. Really? What kind of clip is it? Well, I mean, is it the standard looking Lynch clip? Made out of a steel, folded over with the hole in the middle? Goes great on most Civivis. I know Civivi and, Civivi, they make, there's a couple. I bought the Civivi titanium upgrade for this one here. So I know that you can buy several titanium clips that fit like on certain Civivis. What was the other one? Or no, wait. Did the Chevalier come with the... I anodized it blue, but I can't remember. Yeah, these aren't deep carry though. That's the only issue with the titanium clips, is they don't really do the deep carry as much. Let's dye something else that we're not supposed to. The Lynch one's way nicer. The Lynch clips are nice, for sure. Well, we've got the stuff. Now we've done it once. So it's easily ready for me to do more. Can't stand the Civivi milled. The titanium ones, they're all right. All right, get the water out of here. All the things that I can spill. All right, we need to dry these off completely. The water does not soak into G10 very much. So we just basically, I just let them air dry. Wipe them off, and then gotta let them sit for a few minutes, and the rest will kind of evaporate away. All right. They look reddish brown. They definitely do. It's here. That's about what I was expecting. It's kind of a maroon. If we put them next to a brighter red, definitely reddish brown. Put it next to a duller red. That's kind of what I thought it was going to turn into, is this one is what I was saying, and I'm pretty close. Actually, this one looks darker than this does. And lighting. What's up, Donnie? Just change these from gray to reddish, kind of almost. So it's definitely a dark maroon. It looks pretty good and from here. On the camera, I can't tell on there. It might look a little bit more brown, which is fine. That's lighting in here. It's not very bright. If I was in a brighter section, you would be able to tell better. I'm going to move this out of my way here for a minute as well. So what do we think? You guys having fun doing projects on the table here in the room? Let's clear this off. Sorry if I'm missing chat here. I'm trying to. This is a new experience for me. Need another towel. Do more. That's the new Sencut? Yes. This is the Sencut Draxer that Grateful Dawn was so awesome to send to me. It's kind of brick red. It's a little bit darker than brick red. What I was going to do is we can go like this. Hold on. I got my nose here. That's a little bit closer to the color. Still kind of brown. All right. Losing it. Ooh. Thing that wasn't dye. Potential spam again. The magic isn't the same without the black tablecloth. Well, I removed that so you could see more. New magic, we do the black all day. It's so easy to hide stuff. Grateful! There he is. What's up, bro? If you watch the beginning, I said, I was like, I hope Grateful doesn't feel that I'm not grateful, that I don't love it. I love it. But I was like, dude, this gray should be red. And it is. Grateful Dawn knew exactly what I would like. Sent me the one that I could dye. I think what the one you got was black, and I wouldn't have done anything. I just would have left it the same and kept it and been happy with it. But I was like, you know what? That gray. All the others were solid black. Boom. So now we're just letting it dry really quick here, and then we'll put it back together. What are you up to tonight, Donnie? Henry G, what's good in the hood? Try to catch up on chat here. Sorry about that. I was trying to move the stuff out of the way because if I get random and I bump something that I could spill, then we're in trouble. Then we are in trouble. Dylan, what's up with you? Ungrateful Dan. I'm super grateful. The knife is awesome. And now it's even awesomer. Yep. You got my number, Dan? Call me, mate. You singing music? You singing to me, Justin? Carly Rae Jepsen? All right. Here we are, the Draxor. They look to be dry. I like to make sure I'm a real CRJ. Oh, that's Carly. I was like, what's CRJ? God, is that like 15? That's old. That's not even recent. We're like bringing it back to the early 2000s. What's up, Boom Boom? Neil in here? Oh, that was Neil saying that. I'm just reading your comment. Didn't even notice it was you. What's up, dude? 13 years ago. How's it going, Robin? Someone's messing with Justin. We don't tolerate that here. Okay, so we have it. We're ready. Let's put it back together. I dig it. I dig it. Tools of the trade. Dinner is served. All right. So, this can all live together. This is the part where it can get squirrely. How much work can I do and then undo? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got that already. But guess what? That's not going to work for you. So it was through this one here. No captive pivot, which is a bummer. Maybe the one thing I would say with Sencut that they could do that would be much cooler is add that captive pivot. All right. So call me, jeez, right? Oh God. Okay. Sorry if I'm distracted, not talking and reassembling at the same time. Make sure the pivot is straight. Don't go crazy. Make sure you're not stripping the other side. All right. And I didn't tighten it all the way down. We're going to get it all back together slowly so you can pay attention to where the centering is for the blade. So I like to get everything started, but not tight. All right. What is for dinner? I got off work, came home, and literally was like, you know what? Boom. Grab the table, grab the die stuff, and here we are. All right. That one's spinning a little there. I am a lefty, so we're going to go in this pocket here with the clip. Oh no.
Blind Wu Fury became a member. Blind Wu Fury celebrates 7 months of membership. Tri-Star fee to drop 9 to 25.
Thank you, Blind Woo. 7 months at the gas station. This guy, much appreciated. Tri-Stash V2 drop on the 25th. That's coming up in a couple days. Who's getting one? Comment below. I am. Which one are you getting? I'm gonna get the Ultim. I like Ultim. Why wouldn't I get a pistachio? I'm excited for it. I did not get a V1. Tri-State did say something about lefties would not like the V1 quite as much with the lock and stuff. But the V2, you can swap that clip. It's a nice looking lock. I'm excited about it. I've handled it. It's a fun one. Okay, so now we are going to tighten the pivot all the way. You can see the blade is over there right now. So I'm going to put this one in here because we do not have a captive pivot, unfortunately. And we're going to go all the way to tight. Okay. And now we'll go back in and tighten all these down. Get this side just snug, go to the other side, get it snug, and then tight. And then go back. And one more time here just to make sure. Sometimes when you get it tight on one side, it relieves a little pressure on the other side. Same thing with the pocket clip screws. Get one mostly tight, get the other one tight, and then go back and forth a couple of times. Make sure that they're not loosening the other by being tighter. Does that make sense, right? Okay, nice and tight on there, looking good. Solid. Now we want to loosen this pivot, except that might be difficult because it's captive. Little too loose. Want that blade to be solid when it's closed. Mail came, package day for Robin. Did you get anything fun? Tell us. I loosened it a little too much. All right, so now, not quite solid when it's open. Come on. Maybe better to do this with the blade closed. Very small amount. There we go. Solid. I want Totino's. Alabama Hot Pocket. It's been a long time since I've had a Hot Pocket. Hello from Mexico, or hello to Mexico. I'm in Minnesota. How are you doing? OG, just got a Bastinelli. Which Bastinelli? Is that a PY? I don't know that one. I do not have anything Bastinelli, except for I do have one. I have this little friction folder, the Drago. This is a Bastinelli Fox collab. It's a little friction folder, the Drago. What's up, Robert? Robin's X-ray glasses saved 100 Rice Krispie bar tops and finally got them. Do you remember all that cool stuff? The vacuum cleaner hovercraft. Everybody wanted that one, right? Okay. We have completed a die of the Sencut Draxor. Only one in existence now like this. What do we think? I like it. That is great. Everybody will like what they like. Styles that they like. Some will say all looked better with the gray and the black. French, what? How far back is this? Oh, got the new Finch Sugar House lock back. Finch makes some cool stuff. Anno the hardware. Yeah, you know, I like this all shiny. I like the shiny liner exposed. Everything's silver. That's silver everywhere with the blade and then the black and the red or the maroon, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, dude. I think this looks tough. The gray kind of, it was like they made it look like carbon fiber. It actually has a texture on there. You can see it. And like that little diamond texture across the top to make it look like carbon fiber, and then it's smooth where the black is. I think it looks cool, but boom, now it looks rad. Thank you so much, Grateful Dom. What do we think about the finished product? Mirror polish. That's interesting. But the thing I don't like about the mirror polish, this is almost too much. My personal is like the one I got from Justin, the Jam Designs XL Oni. This Stonewash Acid Etch finish, you can see that with the texture, like the stonewash to it. That's my favorite. Just dull, matte, looks good. That mirror polish, did you see the mirror polish? Good Lord.
I'll give you subscribe to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing, OG. Welcome. We do a lot of custom stuff. I just did the die on this. You can go back and watch it. We do all types of fun things here, though. Having a blast. So did anybody see the version of this that MC got that has the mirror polish to it? That is some wild. And they just pick up the fingerprint so easily. Where is it? Oh, I moved it. I moved it over here. This one here. Good God. Kershaw. I like this knife a lot, but that shiny finish just picks up fingerprints like immediately, and it's just annoying. It's just annoying. I don't really care for black blades either, like a solid black like this. Generally not my preference. Boom. What'd you dyslexic? Just the thumb suds. I am off on the chat here. I'm going to try to look at it over here. Flipper delete. Cut that bad boy off. Just get out a hacksaw and go to town, and then sand it up on the end. Is that all I have to do, Paul? Is that it? Huh. Neil says he does. You like the fingerprints? Stonewash Acid Etch is where it's at, no doubt. Well, the goat gets me. I had it allowed right now, so it was like, nah. You're like, Jesus. If I got the new Civivi Snex, what color is it to start? You mean the yellow and black one? There is a yellow and black one, right? The black and yellow one. You could make the yellow more browny, mustardy brown yellow. Whenever it's already a color though, and you're adding colors to it, that's when you have less control. Like if you have something white and you use your dye to get to a color, you can do that. But like with this, I was out of control because we started with gray. And since we started with gray, there was no way I was ever going to be able to achieve this shade of red because it was already too dark in order for that to happen. Because it's already yellow, and you're changing it to another shade of yellow, we'd be able to make it a darker yellow. You'd never be able to make it a lighter yellow, but you could make it a darker yellow. You're out of control. I do have random, well, they're random when people subscribe. People, you know, it will make sounds. I'm not trying to encourage you guys to do it, but I suppose if you subscribed and you weren't subscribed.
Titanium Justin became a member. Titanium Justin celebrates 15 months of membership. Goat sounds. And call me when the live over.
Goat sounds. Goat sounds. 15 months? How is that even possible? If you add lighter yellow, it won't make it lighter though. Mick. Thank you so much, Justin. 15 months. And you don't get the goat sounds, you get the old owl sounds. The goat sounds are for the noobs. The owl sounds are for the seasoned veterans. Right? But if you use lighter yellow or white out, it wouldn't, I mean, you could paint it white, but you wouldn't be able to dye it white. You can't remove the color, unfortunately. There is no such thing as white dye. It's basically bleach. But then bleach won't remove everything. Like, you could take this right here and soak this in bleach for a month and it's never going to turn. It's always going to be black with some reddish shades to it. Toilet flushes are for tippers, right? Because they're flushing their money down the toilet, right? It would be nice to be able to remove color, but unfortunately with the scale material and what they consist of, the thickness, the density, the way the color has been put there in the first place, you can never really remove it or make it lighter, but you can always go darker and you can always add to it. So if it's yellow, you could add blue to it and end up with a green, but you might never be able to actually turn it blue because it's always going to have that yellow in there. Bleach won't, like I said, you could soak this in bleach for months, and it's like if you take a black plastic something and throw it in a bucket of bleach, it's not going to turn white. It's just going to maybe lose a little color and kind of gray out a little bit. The yellow and blue make green seal. Exactly. That's why I always use that one as a color. There are ways like Lou I've done where I've restored some old toys. Is that even close by? It might be. No. Where is that? Where you can take old plastic toys. Like I had an old, really dull toy, you know, where it was like gray spaceship, Star Wars toy, and it's turned like very yellow and dull and kind of gross. And you soak it in hydrogen peroxide and then put that in the sun. And you can actually get it to remove the yellowing and the coloring, but it ends up going back to the color it originally was. So if it's gray, it's going to go back to gray. It won't go white. Did you try Magic Eraser? Magic Erasers are awesome. Did I see you in a guitar stream on Saturday? Lou in a guitar stream? Neat. Yeah, not many losers out there. Here's one. I did this right here. So this is Boba Fett's old ship. Right? Tell me that doesn't look mint. Right? Are we looking at toys or are we looking at, where is the date? Trying to find the date on this. This came out in the late 80s. And this was my old toy, and it was dirty and scratched. You can see on here it's got some scratches and stuff. But what I did is we took this apart, put it in the hydrogen peroxide, and then put it in the sun. And then people make sticker kits. So this is a brand new sticker kit. So I bleached it all, or not bleached, hydrogen peroxided it, which brought it back to the gray. It was really yellowed and gross. And then put the new stickers on there, and it is like it's brand new. I have a brand new Slave One, right? The only thing I'm missing is the this piece right there. I do have the removable door, and then the cockpit comes off. I've got Boba. I have the frozen Han Solo and Carbonite. But I didn't have to clean that, but I did clean this one. Yellowed and gross. Boom. What do we think? Headlight restoration? Can we... More table? More table. What time is it? 5:25. See how many die projects I actually still have. One. Oh my God, knocking stuff over. Did I dye this blue? This one was jade, right? Now I can't remember. I think so. Dyed this, dyed this. Hey, look at that thing. There's a nice red. Saviti. Got another red. Kubi. Definitely, that one's more of a, it was jade, thanks. This one's more of a purpley kind of a red. This is more of a classic red. Whoa, back to here. We've got the new red. Got like a blood red on, whoa. It was like it was stuck. Huh. Weird. Blood Raven. My Sencut, oh, I can't remember the name of this one. That's an apricot color, which is fun. Found another Civivi Cache in Damascus with black micarta. Civivi Cache is a cool knife. I like it. If you delete that flipper, it can't get stuck. That was weird. It's almost like my finger, I don't know. Fade dye on the Concept Helix, or no, Mini Helix. Old school. What is this called again? Amicus. Kaiser Amicus. No nonsense. This thing just works. I need to carry that one more. Little faded red, sanded red denim cobalt. Whoa. Rollover front flip. What a loose. on the pivot. Oh, who likes a cobalt? Deleting favorite flippers is like cutting off pinky. Think you're better off? And then one day you're like, wait a minute. Cobalts. Dueling cobalts. Oh, mama. Who's got a cobalt in their life? I got two. Because why not? Gonna take this one apart for laser mark. This one I just like it as is with that micarta and that red, and then I sanded the edges to kind of give it that dirty weathered. Your mom's a cobalt. What's going on, Wheezy? Josh's with the pink to red fade, definitely cool. We did Josh's vision with, it started white, so we did a pink to red fade, or the white to pink to red fade. That ended up being a really fun one. He found a WRX, a photo of a WRX that had that, it was like a rally car that had that fade dye to it, and said, can we copy that? And we tried it. It looks great. Nine Fingers knows the struggle of the reach. They make a mini cobalt? Is that a real thing, Alex? I would maybe do that. Damn Designs Oni or XL Oni. I bought this from Titanium Justin. I'm so glad that he didn't like it because I love it. But that's how it works. You pick up some knives and some of them they suit you, some of them they don't. Some of them suit others better. I love this thing. I think it's a beefy chunk. I think it's great. Super happy to have it. Got this Civivi. This cut my leg. All right, Dang Ross, thanks for hanging out, bud. Have a good evening. Little do y'all know, Kenman's colorblind. More flippers for Lou. This had a whitish cream handle with the yellow liner. And then we just did the purple on there. This one popped open in my pocket though. I had it in my shorts and somehow I got enough pressure like that. So it did one of these and then it cut my leg in my pocket. Not bad, but it was enough to be like, ooh, not good. Not good. But that's something you got with the front. I had it in the bad spot in my pocket. Because if you got it in the right spot up against the seam, you can go push like that and nothing happens. But I kind of had it backed away, so it went like that. And then somehow it came down and caught my leg. Like I said, it wasn't real bad, but it was enough to be like, ew, got to be careful where you're putting that. Must be some trauma. Regarding what? What did I miss now? That's not a good way. Right, I had it in a shorts pocket. I had it in my shorts pocket, and what happened is instead of being at the back of the pocket, it had slid kind of forward. So it was like a couple inches away from this seam and kind of sitting in the middle. And I didn't notice. You know, I've been running around and with those shorts, like in jeans or something, it seems to always kind of sit back up against that edge, but somehow it just kind of crept towards the middle, and then that allowed it to get a little pressure like that and do one of those, which is not cool. I don't blame the design of the knife. It was how I was carrying it. It was just not those shorts are not a good pocket because it's too thin on where the shorts are, so it just doesn't want to sit still, and so I think that's why it started riding around. What did I skip a few times? Carry knives in a horizontal leather slit on your belt. Like that. And then, I don't know. I like these jeans because I got the extra, like I got the main pocket, then I got it there. I got my pen there. I got this Back here, I got fifth pocket. I got my phone in that one, and then I've got this little fifth pocket here, which I'm carrying the Sinking Creek sow belly. Love that slip joint. All right, more. Got the Sencut Naches. You keep saying something that I missed, and all I'm seeing is you're talking about something that I missed. And then you keep saying something about it, and then I'm reading all the stuff that I didn't miss about the stuff that I missed. What are we talking about? And what is this one? The Kaiser Assassin? Is that what that says? Oh, KDK has 2 knives with pocket clips that he uses as nipple clamps. Well, you know. In Michigan, all fixies require a CCW unless it's full open carry. Folders can be in a pocket, but clip or sheath hidden under a shirt is considered concealed. So you really got to make sure that like it's visible. Oh, am I getting a chat filter issue? It always keeps going to top chat. What did I miss? I gotta move it to live chat. Ulti clips make the best. Oh my god. Dude, I couldn't imagine. The Ulti clip. Eesh, get it on there and bam. And pinched. That sounds horrible. That sounds absolutely horrible. Yeah, you're talking about stuff I missed. Everybody keeps mentioning stuff that I missed, saying, oh, I shouldn't mention it. But you're not mentioning it. You might as well mention it. Someone said something, green and blue dye job. I've done blues. I've done some greens. Green's kind of a weird color, though. Here's a green one that Laid Off Pete dyed. Green and blue scale dye job. Green and blue scale dye. Huh. Losing my mind. It was a long while ago. I've only done like 65 dye projects. It's a lot. I like green too. I think a lot of my uncustomized knives, like if you really start looking, green, 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 across the top, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, a lot of green knives. Oh, the blue that faded into a green. Who did I give that to? What's the brown micarta? Where? This? It's kind of a light, dull, reddish, dirty Kaiser Cobalt. This was brown micarta, and then I lightly dyed it red and then sanded it just to give it that tone, almost like salmon. Yeah, it's a cobalt or cobalt 2. This one was brownish colored, and I did the blue over the top and then sanded it down to kind of reveal. This is micarta. It's not easy being green. I just got an Eagle brand knives trapper made in Jacksonville from a customer's carpenter pouch repair job. Where'd you find that? Like at a garage sale or something? Yeah, we'd have to look that up. I can't remember which die that is, but I do have a playlist of all the die projects, over 65-ish of them. And pretty much all of them have a picture in the thumbnail. Should be fairly easy to find. What's the easiest material to dye? I don't know. For knives, G10 and micarta. The easiest material would be fabric, like a shirt. If you have a white shirt, dye soaks right into it. But some things, the dye can take a long time. I've done a few projects where I let it sit. Like G10 is a little bit more dense, a little less porous, so it doesn't soak in as quickly as like a micarta. Micarta, if you leave them in too long and it's hot, you can actually soak up too much and they can kind of start to expand or warp a little bit. Versus like a G10, chances are that won't happen. But all of these are, you know, micarta, G10, micarta, G10, G10, G10. This one's micarta, micarta. Both of those, if you want to get into testing, I recommend like Sencut. Sencut makes a lot of really cool knives for all of like 30 bucks, 40 bucks. Got your Sencut. This one was jade, and I tried to make the jade yellow. Barely got yellow with it, but it did kind of work. But 30, 40 bucks for that knife. Another Sencut right here. This one was also around $40, and it was jade. Great little knives if you want to just get into experimenting with dye without spending too much money. Maybe able to pull it off with the green dyed Ozark. If it's already green, then you can go in and add blue. And you can't do them both at the same time anyway. You have to do one then the other. What's up, Kevin Smith and Knives? Just did a little dye project here. Just finished up my Grateful Dong Draxor. It was black and gray. Now it's black and dark red. Rich Light will dye too. Yep, you can dye Rich Light. Super happy with the way that turned out. I would say any plastic or type of material might take dye, but there's some, like, I don't know, this is FRN. I know you can dye FRN scales, like on the Honey Badger, but I know there are some plastics that will not, just, they do not take dye. Do I have any CSGO? What? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that. Isn't Draxor the name of Thundar the Barbarian's sword? Draxor! I swear I heard it in something else. Anybody want to help out? The name's Bond. Hey, my name's Kenman. Dan Kenman. Oh, CS, the butterfly gas station knife. Is that a CSGO? Is that what it is? Like which one? Like this? Kenman. That's actually a little loose. Wow, how does that work? Oh, it's in the middle. Better. That's like the second or third. Wixco had the Exor. Boom. And the Drex. Yeah, isn't this thing ridiculous? This is almost exactly like it. Pow. Ha! Who knew? I bought this at a gas station on my way home from Blade Show Atlanta. Check out the knife you picked up in my Instagram, Best Trapper. I will. I'll go check that out afterwards. Okay, so it's like this, but it's actually a butterfly knife though. So it's actually has action like this. Except for it's not this. I suck. God, I suck. But that's just how it works. This is a Squid Industries Mako V5. I also have one of these from Flytanium. Some of them truck stop knives are cool, dude. I have an entire shelf of wild gas station, see, gas pump, and truck stop type knives. An entire shelf. I mean, I got other shelves, plenty of other shelves. Here's my current top 5. Definitely more than 5 in my top 5. Little feature table. And here we are with some die projects. What if I put this right here? What will that do? Wow, that slams it right on me. I have not opened this one or used it in a while. This was one of my first attempts at using some ferric chloride. So I acid etched that. I kind of put it, I wanted to make it look like a false kind of a Hamon pattern. Then I put it too high, so now it kind of looks like a great white shark belly or something. What's with the green opening hole? On what? Which green opening hole? I missed it now. Green, was it this one? This ridiculous one? Green die with the opening hole. This one here. This is the Damn Designs shoot. I don't remember. Anybody know what this is called? Does that say it? Actually, it might say right there. Hold on. No, 14C. I don't remember what this is called, but it's from Damn Designs. Nice to meet you as well, fellow Bond lover. Damn Designs. I don't know. Wow, look at my focus is pissed. It's like, no, yes, no, no. It's a fun one. It's, I feel like this one, the detent's a little weak. It's a liner lock or an inset kind of liner lock, which is great. Flicks out fine. There is a flipper tab on the back. Really nice captive pivot on Damn Designs. But this is a talker. Hey, what a happening there? I'm one of them knives that you can talk with because my detent sucks. It's a really cool knife. I just wish the detent was stronger. EDC is an Ontario Rat Model 2. I do not have a Rat Model 2, but I have a Model 1. Solid knife. Definitely a good one to have in the collection. But you daily carry your Model 2? Yeah, I have several knives like that. Here's another one that everyone will say is an awesome knife. Microtech. Look at this bad boy. Except, guess what? It's a talker. Another Skeksis talker. Skeksis! I would love this knife, but it has non-existent detent. But this, because it's got the basically the crossbar style, it's battling it because there isn't a detent because you're using the crossbar. This one is a detent. And look at that, it didn't flick out all the way. I didn't get enough pressure because it was too weak on the opening. Kill the Gelfling. Gelfling! Take you to my way. Okay. It's kind of a mix between Yoda and
The name's Bond subscribed to the channel.
the name's Kenman. Dan Kenman. At first when he said green, I thought he meant this one. Essence! What a great... Now we gotta watch Dark Crystal. What is my smallest knife? I do have a fidget spinner knife, but what is your smallest knife? You would say that it's this one right here. Look at the details on that little abalone shell. Nice scrolling work. All right? I would say that's my smallest, but that would be a lie because this one is. Even, look at that, look at that. Forget it. This one's almost half the size of this one, which is wild. But I did the laser mark on there. That Sagaya pattern. Tiny little laser mark pattern. My smallest auto is right here. Lou loves this one. Oh, come on, focus. Not on my face. Boom. Damn it. Little Italian stiletto, because why not? Get an Alabama lockback knife from Jim Parker. Looks like a $110. Damascus, way nicer pearl, turquoise inlaid bolsters. That sounds awesome. What's the starting price on one of those bad boys? I had to subscribe. I just had to. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate it. We're having some fun. If you go back to the beginning of this one, we did a full dye project. This was gray and black before we started. And I did a nice dye project here. We made it maroon. Customized this pretty quick. What time is it? 5:52. It didn't take long at all. 175. Not bad. Not bad. For what you said, sounds like a nice looking knife. Urban EDC would charge $350 for that, right? So did anyone other than me get an Orlock? This guy. Anyone else order the Orlock? 1931 Leatherworks design from concept. Been in the making for quite a while, and they just dropped, and they are available. There's like 5 different versions. If you are interested, they are choice. Go get one. Got my Workos lantern. I love it. I've been looking at the Workos, that light. What is it called? Is that the one you just mentioned? The HD01 Pro. Which one did you get? The CL01. Oh, lantern. Orlock is on the list. It's a long list, right, Robin? It's a long list. This is too close. It is a long list. Well, I don't know. Grateful. Which one did you order, Grateful? Which one did you get? Maroon Caroons. What is my most controversial knife? Interesting. Been waiting for the Orlock for a year. Have to wait another week for payday. I'm going to look up that lantern. I've been looking at the Workos HDO1 Pro. Later, Wheeze. Arizona Custom has all the Parker's case knives you get, best American made by Parker. Check them out. Thoughts on Benchmade? Yeah. I have it tagged out right here. It's way too light. It actually has rock to it, which I don't like. I haven't really carried this or used it all that much. I haven't beat it up or anything. You can tell it's in pretty good shape. But I've got rock with it. It comes out, it's like literally, I've got a wobble. So I think I need to send it into them to have them maybe fix it. But I hate that it's, I mean, they make these to be light, like the bug out. They made it to be light. But I bet you got the rock pattern. I did not. Which one did you get, Grateful? Yeah, it didn't do that when I got it, but it definitely does now, and it doesn't really look damaged, so I need to send it in and fix it. Because if anything, the only reason I would enjoy this knife anymore, I would need to get the custom scales. Like they make some custom titanium scales put on there, give this some weight, I would actually probably love it. The 940 Osborne, I would say if I was ever going to buy a Benchmade, more than likely it would be the Osborne. I do have Kevin Smith. Kevin, you still in here? I have Kevin Smith and Knives premium bug out right here. Look at that mirror polished edge. And the nice insert. This is probably one of the nicest bug outs you can get. Nice clip on there. But it's got that same action that I don't really care for with bug outs, where they're not as good as they could be. They're not as good as they could be. So I'm not really a fan of the bug out, especially for what you get. I mean, sure, you're buying a Benchmade or whatever, but you can buy this CJRB for cheaper, and this is a bug out killer all day. Great choke up, action is superior in every way, flicks out amazing, snappier, feels great in the hand and solid, you know. Want another bug out killer? Here's the CJRB Acacia, another crossbar that just is superior, flicks out great, solid, feels good in the hand. You could buy both of those and 3 more before you buy your bug out, and all 4 or 5 of them are going to work just as good. My own personal preference. I mean, sure, you've got your Pyrite. This is a bug out killer all day too. Oops, good lord. It's a button lock, so it's different. But I love the Pyrite. I have a ton of knives that are just great alternative choices to a bug out. And every bug out that I've handled, the action just has not been that good. I'd say the action on my tagged out is awesome. This one, it opens and closes and works great, except for there is some rock going on. So I've probably picked up a dozen or so bug outs, and I've never had one do this. Just easily work, right? But yeah, this one does work, but I don't like that at all. I don't like it. It's this direction, not this way. It's this way. So you got that rock. It needs to get fixed. I should probably send that in. I'm going to move it over here and be like, why did I move it to the table? Maybe we'll use it as a video. I'll make a video. All right, let's see what happens. I'm going to get a hold of Benchmade. I'm going to send it in, see what they do, how much they charge, or how it goes, and kind of watch the progress. Kodiak's is, you have 50 Kershaws. Any knife you can squeeze the scales together. Yeah, I don't like them light knives. Give me some heft. I like beefy. Give me something big, something meaty, something that's got some titanium textures or, you know, like some frag pattern on the scales, got some weight to it. I love me a Titius, just a big old knife. Boom, feels great in the hand. I have a dozen bug out busters new in the package, the Ozark Trail. I got a couple of Ozark Trails. Wow, bouncy. $10 and still has better action than any bug out that I've had or carried. So why can't they dial in that bug out a little bit better? They need to put the recoil lock on a small crossbar knife to prevent knife bite on your palm and closing. So you're not doing that. You're right, because I got those small, I love this, the mini Main Street. But if I go in here like this, I am catching my palm and cutting myself. So yeah, you can put that recoil lock on something like that. When the CGRB Pirate came out, I wanted to collect every one. Then lo and behold, there must be 100 different ones. Bob's Pocket Knives, he collects them. He's got quite a few. Cold Steel 4 Max Scout. Beef and bones. Xavier, it depends. It totally depends. We've been talking about this, and yes, some knives that are custom made that have a lot of time, effort, craftsmanship put into it, 30, 40 hours of human labor, learning and practicing and honing their craft, that has a value to it. But there are some companies out there like Sencut where you can get a really nice knife for around 40, 45 bucks. It's got good action, it's solid, it doesn't have any issues that you're going to have on just a daily user where you need a knife, you need to cut some stuff. I mean, back in the day, that price of a knife would give you something silly. Christ. It would give you something silly like this that does not hold an edge very well. I love it. I thought you were asking if it was Thai. I was saying hi. Kevin Smith and Knives, what's up, says Donnie. Oh, you're talking full tangs? Well, okay, I got this right here. Auxiliary manufacturing, custom, handmade. This has got a number on it right there, if I could ever focus. Number 1 of 11. But this is handmade in Reno, Nevada. Got rich light and ironwood, AEBL. Look at that on the back. Custom, handmade, one-off. Right? Or you could pick up a Kubi Dust Devil, full tang, for maybe 40 bucks. I don't carry fixies all that often, Lou. I've carried it. If you look, you can see I've used it. There's a scratch right there. There's a couple little scratches on the tip. I've carried this a few times and used it, but I honestly do not carry fixed blades as often as I would like to. I would like to try testing them and carrying them more, but I will 100% say you're right. I have not carried it all that much. But if you look at any of my fixies, I haven't carried this one at all. I don't think I've ever carried the Sheriff either, but I don't have a sheath or a way, look at that mirror polish edge, to actually carry the Sheriff, so it kind of stays at home. I've never carried the Sea Fox. Look at that hollow grind Magna Cut. This is a one-off. I got this at Blade Show, Texas. He usually makes about a dozen knives at the show he's got to sell. Look at that piece of Magna Cut, though. Come on. Stop scratching your tip. I just don't carry my fixed blades all that often. I've got Jason's Buck 119 right here. One of my absolute favorite knives, only because it just goes with my man Jason over here. You know, and if you don't know, and you're like, oh no, that's from Scream, Dan. That's from Scream. There are movies that came out long before Scream. There it is, right there. I love it. I got my little neck knife. I never carry the neck knives. This is a Baltic Blades Angus. That's a handmade piece. Dylan's knife. My one Dylan knife. Boom. Centros. Oh, wow, really? This one's got the micarta with the titanium on the collar and the titanium clip. AR RPM 9. Really nice, smaller fifth pocket, kind of a secondary carry. There should be a special section for knives I never carry. Well, some of the knives that I never carry, I actually want to kind of maybe go through and maybe sell. You carry a Mora 511 at work every day? Really? I got a couple Moras lying around here somewhere. I don't know where they are right now though. Oh, I think there's a couple right here. 511, or no wait, this is the basic. These are great. I got a Cans ball. This would be my go-to bushcrafting kind of outdoorsy one. Not too expensive, but you can definitely beat on that thing. But I haven't been able to get out and do a lot of that as much as I'd like to. Got to get a Drama. Drama is another one of Dylan Mallory's designs. I have not designed any knives. I would like to, Kenny. I'm doing my thing. I have some ideas. I've made some designs. I've drawn some stuff up. I'm actually getting into wanting to start making some stuff myself. Got a couple of blanks. This is a D2 blank. So it's pretty much ready to go. I haven't done anything to it yet, but I'm going to put a handle on it. What's my opinion on AUS 8? I don't really have much AUS 8. I have this one. My Demco 80 20.5. This is one of my favorite knives. I would like to get a more premium version, but this is probably one of the few AUS 8 blades that I actually have and have used. I've used this quite a bit. It cuts well. I like it. It doesn't dull, or it holds its edge pretty well. Fairly easy to sharpen. And it's a Demco 80 20.5. I did upgrade my scales, were the gray G10, and I got these titanium aftermarket scales and a titanium backspacer, and then I anodized them and then battle wore them so they look like this kind of beat up bronze kind of color. Kevin Smith in Knives says he thinks it feels about the same as his D2. I would say comparable to D2, I suppose. I would almost maybe prefer D2, only because I have a lot more knives with D2, and so I have more experience with it, and it still seems to be pretty decent. Ultimately, if I was going to make a knife, it wouldn't be one of my options. But it doesn't mean it. Like I have some 3CR poo-poo town. AUS 10 is good. I love 154CM, S90V, S35, 9CR18. Actually, on one of these, this one here, the Sencut Natchez, it has 10CR. Is Paul still in here? Paul, you might still be in here. Probably not. What time is it? 6:08. I can't see it, but if I zoom in, we might be able to do this. Hold on. What does that say? 10 CRC 15 MOV or something like that? I'd never heard of that. I guess I could look it up. Powder form D2? I think that exists, Hate Nate, doesn't it? I swear there is some powder form D2s out there. The Olight Rubato 3 comes in a 10 CR. I just had never seen it on anything else. Like a 10 CR 15 CO MOV. Like it's got extra numbers and letters in there. CPM D2 is powdered. Right, but I don't know, it looked like the way he said it, Hate Nate said, if possible. So I read it as like it doesn't exist yet. But, you know, chat, lost in translation. All right, let me open up this quick. I want to make sure. I'm looking for that CM Turd SV. It gets harder the longer it lays out. You put it in the sun. There it is. Casey's still got 30 minutes before he goes on. Copy. I haven't used CPM D2 or 14C enough for them to seem any different to me. They're both similar. All the D2s and CPM type D2s that I've tested, all the 14Cs that I've tested, I would put them basically in the same family. Like it wouldn't really upset me either way. I mean, to me it's kind of like a Nike Reebok kind of a thing. I prefer Nike, although they're probably just as good as Reebok. We're talking mid-90s here. I guess I would grab the 14C over the D2, but CPM D2 and D2 are not the same thing, right? Okay, so let me get in the chat here. KC Knives Fast Live. All right. Casey always gives me hell for going live. All the time. He goes live all the time too. And every time I go live, I consciously am paying attention to if other people are live or when other people's lives are. And I will put up a thing like that right there. I'll go ahead and pin that, saying, hey, everybody, KC's going to be live in a little bit. We're all going to go over there when he starts up. Is he doing that for me? I'm just kidding, Casey. But he gives me hell for being live all the time. He is also live all the time. And I submit that I actively encourage checking out the other lives, and I bring people to them all the time. So you can't get mad at me for going live and encouraging everyone to check out the other lives. All right, where are we at here? We're in the room. I have stuff put to the side. I think next time I need to set up and dye a couple of things. I can't wait for another 2-hour conversation about Tempest knives. Lou, wow. I'm hungry. I could eat the east end out of a westbound mule. I am hungry too. Not sure what I'm going to eat. I probably have to leave the house. I mean, I guess I don't, but it's like the laziness of, do I want to cook something or do I just want to go get something? But then I'd still have to leave to go get something. So then it becomes, just as much work. What does that say? Love the conversation, but I'm gonna head out. Hope to catch another live. Right on, Xavier. Thanks for stopping by. Just wait for the Wednesday delivery before I die again, he says. Grateful sent me a knife. We just dyed it, and he's sending me another one, this guy. Delivery? I don't know if I can wait that long. I could eat right now. Dylan Mallory on a fixie. Mexican day. I could eat some Mexican food. Ooh, what's that one place called? We've got this little burrito like shop down there. It's got authentic, really good stuff. One of the places where they got all different types of meats. You can get tongue, or you can get liver, or all just, not that I do, but they really have some good pork burrito with some green sauce. Just be prepared to die again. Thanks, bud. I appreciate you. Unnecessary, but I'm very grateful. This knife is rad, dude. Look at that. Tell me it doesn't look super good with the black and the red. It's classy. It has this like dressy, classy kind of look. I dig it. Let's dye all Dong's knives hideous colors. Donnie starts with 3/16, but also used 16ths handle with interesting. I want to make some stuff. I'm an artist, and I got into this because of the artistic side of it and creating it, and I already had a bunch of knives. I literally was already dyeing dyeing Frisbees and collecting knives. And then I had a knife. Which one was it? Where the hell is it? And I was at the park, had a knife, had a couple discs that I had dyed for someone, and someone was like, dude, did you know that you can dye that handle on that knife? And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And guess what? I went home, I took it apart, I dyed it, instantly addicted. Here we are. Tons of dyes. Dude, I'm not mad at this at all. I'm quite happy with how that ended up. Knew it was going to be a little bit brownish maroon. So Dylan's looking at doing a fixed blade, or have you designed any fixed blades, Dylan? Tell me that's not a rad blade shape. Skeksis all day. You get the pair of 3 for $122. Optics planner. What kind of website is that? Optics planer. Blue FRN. It's not bad, it's just light. Dylan's just buying materials for the future, has a couple fixies that he's released. Excellent. Millery, Dylan, so you're going to be hand making some stuff? Yeah. Optics Planet. Greetings from Bristol, Tennessee. What's up, Scott? How's it going? Just hanging out in the knife room. Just did a dye project. If you are interested, you can scroll back to the beginning. This was gray and black. We took it apart, dyed the red section, and then put it back together. Pretty happy with it. Most of the knives on the table are dye projects that I've done in the past. Here's a little yellow to red fade. I would like Dong to start a knife company and name all the knives with a Dong theme. Dude, you're never gonna be able to catch up. There's so many names. That's a fade die. I got another fade die. I've done a couple fun ones. This one doesn't show up on camera very good though, but this is a purple fade. Look at how light purple it is. Out of focus, And then notice it gets darker and darker and darker and darker until the end it's like super purple. This is the Artisan Cutlery Andromeda. Fun stuff. I like to do weathered dyes too. This one here was brown. Oh, we're upside down here. If it's brown, flush it down. And then that brown micarta, I dyed blue and then lightly dyed it and then sanded it to kind of get it to weather and age. I also do laser marks. I do laser marking professionally, so I have access to some cool stuff. This is a silver aluminum handle that I did a white laser mark of an agave print on the CJRB agave. Oh, Jesus. Almost. I got a concept accipiter that I did a white laser mark on aluminum to make it look like a wing. Accipiter is a type of a bird. And so we made the handle look like a feathers of a bird. Almost indeed, I just about dropped that bad boy. Where is my Kaiser Momo? You are a Momo. Buddy Dave gave this to me on a fishing trip. So I took the lake that we fished on and did the topography to match that lake on there. I've never even heard of Optics Planet. Who's become #1 in my knife? My knives? Lou? This one. This is the Devo Stout V2. Vanex titanium bolster. Lefty version. What's up, anything Emerson waved? How you doing? I don't reach out to a lot. I have a few links, but I don't know. I'm so busy working on my channel and just doing my thing that I could reach out to more companies probably. I could get a few more discount codes. I could probably get a few more knives sent to me for review, but I'm doing my thing. I'm having a good time. I'm loving the channel. I kind of like it just happening organically. Kaiser used to send me some stuff. They reached out to me. I could probably reach out to them again. I haven't in a while. But I don't know. I just kind of do my thing. I know a lot of people have like codes, and I know that would probably help. I could probably add the codes, and some people would use them occasionally. Kind of help out the channel. I appreciate that, but I don't spend a whole lot of time working on that. I'm kind of busy enough, focused on just making the content, having some fun, looking for new knives, seeing what it is I want to do next. Who's got Devo? What's your favorite Devo? I had to get this because my other one of my favorites is the Pony Stout. We got the full-size Stout and the Pony Stout, and I can dual wield. Tell me those two don't look great together. I love it. Mick, what's the hot new knife to get? 1931 Leatherworks, Concept Orlock. Look it up, check it out, get one. They are fantastic. And Terry's super cool. He made a cool design. What did Brown Sugar 69 win? Is Brown Sugar in here? What's up, Brown Sugar? How are you? Gotta hit the store, gonna flip you out, catch you on the flip. Right on, Donnie. Tiger Tony. Hey everybody, what do y'all think about Taiwanese Colt steel? Taiwan makes some good stuff. I'm not super familiar with Colt steel, but I know that some of the stuff coming out of Taiwan is decent. I have a ton of stuff out of China. What's up, Shay? Back from cheer practice. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Right on, bud. Just hanging out. We did a dye project if you're interested. What did I say? Oh, cold steel. Yeah, 100%. Cold steel makes cool stuff. Yeah, so Shay, are you on the team or you got kids on the team? Right on. Cold Steel just raised all their prices a few months ago by 20%. What's going on, Justin? Premium Pony Stout. Oh, I love this one. The titanium, the flick out, a little bit smaller knife. That's why I was like, I knew adding this one, it was like the full size. I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it. And then I picked it up. Definitely a premium with that Van X. Both my girls are cheerleaders. Sister coach is the oldest. Right on, Shay. What's the concept I carried yesterday? The Tuckamore? Was that yesterday or the day before? Grateful. This is the one you're talking about, right? It's very reminiscent of the blade on that new Draxor. I got this at Blade Show Texas my first year at Texas. Not this year, but the year before. Concept, man. This is definitely one of my top 5. I love it. Good action on there. I love the way the handle is. That titanium wrapped around that micarta inlay. Just super cool. 8010 Cold Steel. I don't have much from Cold Steel. I got a couple. I've had this one forever. The Cold Steel Kobun. I got this in like 2008. Never actually used it, but I love it. I thought it looked cool. This one here. The Cold Steel Tough Light. This is an absolute beater. Look at that thing. Even though it's all gummy and stuff, it's still sharp as can be. It's got their triad lock on the back. This thing, you just get in here tight like this and just push through cardboard like wow. And you can see the sticky crap on there. And it still just cuts like wild. And with that triad lock, you can still flick it out. That choil. It's fun stuff. What do we got? Still says 17 more minutes till KC. What's the other one I have? The fin bolt. Oh, and that Mintac. Forgot about that. This little budget Cold Steel Mintac. The Mini Tactical. It's got a nice grip. Homecoming days games, the dads cheer with the girls. I'd watch that. Shay ripping his pants. Here is the Finn Wolf, another Cold Steel with the triad lock. I've always wanted the Mini Tac. It's cool. I like that finger choil thing. It just locks you in there. Once it's here, it's not turning, it's not rotating, it's stuck. It is in there for good. Here's my favorite Cold Steel. The cold steel triple action. Huh? This is from, I think, 2008. They do not make these anymore. You might be able to find one used. Boom. That is sharp on both sides, dual edge, dagger, and then it drops into the handle. So handle drops down, swing the blade out, swing the handle up. Kind of like a butterfly knife, but different. Tell me that's not super fun though. And then when you squeeze, that's locked out because the blade needs to go like that in order to drop. Super fun. As soon as I saw this, it was, 15 whatever years ago, I was like, dude, that is so cool. Just fun stuff. Simple. I mean, you could drop it down, roll it out. But why would you? This is the most fun, is this inverted. How that works. Cold steel triple action. See if you can find one. Probably not. I am fortunate enough that when they existed, I saw it and loved it and bought one. Alright, what do we? My favorite pyrite. Rose gold Bowie. Jeez. That's what you get when you're holding. See, look at this. When I'm standing like this and showing you like this, you're like, that doesn't seem like much. But I'm literally standing with my arm out like this. Dude, but isn't that one? This cold steel, I love this. It's just, this is the perfect letter opener katana. I don't know if I've ever really even cut anything with this. Any paper? Of course you do. Oh, I can't find any good paper though when I'm looking for it. It's okay. It's okay. Did my chat freeze? Are we still live? Someone comment something. Anything. Give me someone. Give me someone while I'm waiting. We live. Thank you, Brown Sugar. Thank you, Brown Sugar. I thought I had one more cold steel in here somewhere, but I don't, so we'll just look at the Max Ace Goliath instead. SLD Magic Sand My Blade. It's an absolute beast. My hands are huge, so it doesn't let you see the size of this. Anything. We're live, damn it. Just trying to get interaction. Yeah, feel like, okay, well, that's not that big. What should I compare it to? Your bug out. What do you think? There's your bug out. That's your classic bug out. There is your Max Ace Goliath. Yes. What bug out? What are you talking about? So that shows you that this Goliath is just a pig. It's so great. It's so cool, dude. I mean, this is my biggest. I have the XL Goblin. Look at the XL Goblin next to it. It even looks small, right? 6-inch blade. I mean, you know this is going to be bigger. A 6-inch blade on the Buck 119. But look, 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 look at how, dude, this knife is huge. It's absolutely enormous. Yeah, it's got a longer blade, but look at it. They're pretty much the same length. I mean, come on. The grind is better on the bug out? Nah, dude, look at this. That's an actual sandwiched SLB Magic Sand My blade. Titanium on the bolster. Put them together with some mood music. I mean, right? Oh. Triple Action is on Blade HQ's website, just out of stocks, but they actually have it. See, that's what I think is crazy. Some companies, if it's not in stock, then you can't even find it on the website. It's like, maybe at least have a gallery of archived knives or something. If it's not going to be available anymore, I get it, but still at least having it up on there. That's cool. Yeah, that Triple Action, I wonder how long that's been not available. I don't think they've made that in probably 10 or 15 years. What it was listed at $125, just out of stock. I think it was $80. It's tough to remember buying something 15 years ago, but I'm pretty sure. I have a knife on Blade HQ coming soon from 2019. Is that Trip A in 7CR? What Trip A? Trip A. This one's rattling though. It's got to go. This one's a talker. Oh, geez. Maybe not with that hand. We got a serious knife puppet theater on the Merked, on the good old Merked. Triple Action, you corn cob. Oh, dude, I'm a corn cob. Made in Japan. What does that say? I gotta get my old man cheats on for a sec. VG1. I know it's gonna be backwards. VG1 stainless, made in Japan. So it's a Japanese blade. VG1. I have VG10, but not VG1. We're gonna have to look that up. Yeah, I'm sometimes when I read chat, I can be an idiot and like Trip A, and I was like, what? And that's obviously Triple Action, which we just had out. Sometimes you feel like a nut. KC in 6 minutes. Is he gonna go on time, or do you think he's gonna pull a TKE and start off a little late? Let's lock it up. Anybody got one of them corn cob knives? Who likes the corn cob? Still loving this. Monterey Bay. The Wolverine and the Sabertooth. Ugh. S90V titanium. Tell me that isn't awesome. Wait, what are we look? Oh, what are we going to look it up? I'm kind of not at the table. Someone else looked it up? He'll start 2 minutes early. Japanese VG1. I'll look it up. You can't see me looking it up though. VG1, quality Japanese high carbon stainless, popular for making cutlery. Corrosion resistance, edge retention, edge sharpness. The exact same thing that everyone says about every single blade all the time. What's my most godly blade and what's my most devilish? What? I love your question. It's tough though to what makes it godly, what makes it devilish? This is probably one of them. Is this godly or devilish? Where is the Max Ace Goliath now? Max Ace Goliath, no longer. So is this godly or devilish? I think it's so funny because I had this one. I was like, ooh, big Bowie. Check out this big Bowie. We have a full stag, crown stag handle Bowie. Beastly, right? Well, look at it compared to that. Beast. Too shiny. Here's your Rambo. The Rambo one looks small now. Godly knife, devil knife. Here we go. Oh, ow, ow. This counts. This counts. Valhalla! Grim Reaper. Valhalla! So here's some devilish. Oh, geez. Just about caught my shirt. Boom. The old devilish Valhalla folder. Raptor folder. And then we have... Yeah, the Rambo knife is a petite next to the T-Rex. The collapsible folding. Ugh. So that's definitely devilish. Godly, you almost want to think it's like a thing of beauty, like it's like a oh, or something like that, or you know. Getting out the big ones today. Got a folding cleaver, because why not? I'm here for the Valhalla. It's a boomerang if you're brave enough. Could be. Could be. Godly knife though? Ooh.
Dank Airsoft subscribes to the channel.
Dank Airsoft. How's it going? Welcome. This one's kind of godly because it sings. Ting. Angelic. Not big on cleavers. Whoops. Gee, that knife looks swell, Mrs. Cleaver. Ting. I had to buy this one from Fred. I mean, it has echo chamber ringing pieces inside of it. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Ooh, godly. Done. I got it. The godly knife that I have in house right now is this one right here. CKF Rotten Evo 3.0 Hollow Grind. Oh, look at that mirror edge. Oh. That was the one with the tuning fork inside. Yes, Lou. The Lemmafish Singing Rattlesnake. This is Kevin Smith and Knives Rotten Evo 3.0. This is the godly knife in the building. No doubt. Look at that. That is the sickest hollow grind ever. Look at that mirror edge. That is wild. And it's just the titanium, the CKF, the Rotten Evo. Perfect action. We got the Zerkatai or whatever. Clip. What's this run?
Oh,
It's not mine, it's Kevin's. Probably more than 7. Anyone? Guesses? Kevin, you in here? Might still be in here. I would bet that this right here probably added another couple hundred just on top of it. This is up there. And it's sick. I mean, this is absolutely wild sauce. It's just beefy. It feels amazing. This is so cool. I love this little spot right here. I still have all of Kevin's knives. Kevin's knives aren't done. He told me I could take my time with it, and then I got a few that I was rushed from other people, so they kind of jumped the gun. And yeah, I'm enjoying them. This thing is so cool. This is probably one of my absolute favorites. I would have voted for Ticonium, but the Zerkatai lobby was too powerful. Rule number 9. Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. I was over looking at KC's chat. CKF Evo is 1100. Say what? Yeah, Kevin. This is the 3.0. Wild stuff right there. Yo, Kevin. That's about as crazy as it gets right there. Dude, the action's so nice. It feels so good. It's just the belly, this hollow grind. It just gives me this joy. Right here, you can just feel that hollow grind just curving out. Oh. What is the steel on this one? M390? M390. Always get a Kumu Padre. Not the same, but similar. They do have kind of a similar on the blade shape almost in a way. I see what you're talking about. I see what you're spitting out there. It's worth it though. I mean, I can't afford this. But the action, the feel, that's in the hand when you're right here and just want to cut. Oh man, just. No one should enjoy a knife this much. Lou, wait till the cameras are off. Just kidding. Oh boy. I'd have to get the budget version, right? Dude. One day. Work hard, save your money. We'll just say though, I don't set it on the table. I wrap it back up and I put it back in the bag. Every time, right back in there, nice and safe, not scratched. Look at it sitting right next to this Herman. What? Herman? Kidding me? I'll wash everything with my own filth. Look at this Herman, like out of control, just sitting in a box on the floor over here. What are you talking about? That is wicked stuff. Flipper tab only. But, I smell hot sauce. That's not good. It smells like one of my bags exploded. Let's hope that did not happen. Also put this one back in the case immediately. I'm fortunate enough to allow that Kevin even sent me these to check out. KDK was kind enough to provide a hair sample stuck to the tape when he sent me the Winter Blade Co. I tried. Try to get that in there. That's just what you saw. Do you have a black light? Bastinelli Knives. What's up, Aaron? Bastinelli's cool. I met that guy a couple times at blade shows. Nice guy. I don't really have anything to show other than this right here. Boom. Oh, there he is. KC's on. We got to go. Here's my Bastinelli Fox Drago. There is a link up at the top there to KC's chat. Ooh, my phone's ringing. I will see you over there. Stay sharp, everyone. Be safe. Have some fun. I'll see you over on KC's. I got to answer this call. Hold on. Bye-bye. Shoot.